Hello everyone, Nick here. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today's not going to be a shave. Today's actually, I'm going to show you how I clean and polish my brass razors, solid brass razors. This process isn't going to be for your nickel plated razors, your rhodium plated, 24 karat gold plated, or if they're plated with like a champagne colored plating. If your razors are plated, you want to treat those razors like they're jewelry. You want to be very delicate with them. And you could use flits. You could use flits on those nickel plated razors. Just be very careful because the plating is very, very thin and you will eat through them. You will eat through them. What I'm going to use for a solid brass is I'm going to use Brasso here. So this Brasso, it says it cleans and polishes, and it does, but there's abrasive in this. So if you're using this on your nickel plated razors, it's going to almost instantly eat right through it. So you don't want to use Brasso on your nickel plated pieces. So Brasso, it says 7 metal polish. It's good for stainless steel, aluminum, bronze, copper, chrome, pewter, and brass. And so I got solid brass razors. So here I have two Jim Juniors. Let's see if I can get that in there. These are Jim Juniors right here. And these are solid brass. I've got 2 of them. And they can definitely use some cleaning, use some TLC. You see how they're a little blemished and a little dull. So I'm going to show you how I clean and polish those. And then I have an auto strop here. And this auto strop, I thought it was actually black when I first bought it. I didn't know it was, I knew it was brass, but I thought it had like a black coating or a black plating or something on it. But no, it's just dirty. It just looks black. It's in terrible shape. So let's go out to the kitchen. I'm going to bring you out to the kitchen, and I think I'm going to do everything out there. I'm going to do this. I'm not going out to the shop. I'm going to do this process. I'm going to show you guys this process, taking into consideration that you have little to no equipment. We're going to do this all in the kitchen with equipment you can find very easily anywhere around your house, except maybe you guys don't. Oops. Except maybe you guys don't have this stuff here, Brasso and Flitz. And you guys can get this at your local hardware store. I get mine at Ace, and I get both of these for under 20 bucks. I think I pay 10 bucks for this, and I paid like $6.50, something like that, and change for this guy here. So under 20 bucks, you can get both of these, and they last quite a while. Well, not in my case, because I'm always doing this, so I eat through this stuff really, really fast. But yeah, so let's go out to the kitchen, and I'm going to show you my process of how I clean and polish these. But first, I'm going to roll that intro. All right, so we're here in the kitchen here. I've got a pot of boiling water. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to boil this brass to get a lot of this loose scum or whatever you want to call it off of here. So I've got my auto strop here. I'm going to drop that in, and I've got the handle here. I'll drop this guy in, and then these Jim Juniors here. What I want to do is I want to open them up. I don't think it really makes a difference, but that's just what I do. Is I like to open these up, and then I'll drop them in the boiling water. So I'll open this one up here. I'll take it. I'll drop it in the water, and then I have a Jim 1912 right here also. So I'm going to open this guy up, and I'm going to drop this guy in there too. I'm going to polish this guy up by hand with the Flitz. I am not going to use the Brasso on this. So we're going to put this in the boiling water, and I'm actually going to, I never time how much I let them boil. Usually I'll wait till it's like 3/4 of the way evaporated, and then I'll come back and I'll pull them out. I really never time it. So we're going to let these guys boil for a little bit, and then we're going to move over to the sink, and I'm going to start washing them, and then we're going to start polishing them, and I'll show you how I do that. Well, we're back, and here's what the water is in there. See if you guys can pick that up. There's not very much water in there with all the razor parts in there, so I'm going to stick this in the sink here. And this stuff is really, really hot, of course, so I'm going to put a cotton glove on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these gloves, and I'm going to stick it on here. That way I could reach in to the pot here and grab these razors and start cleaning them. So I'm going to use some Dawn dish soap. Of course, I use Dawn dish soap for everything. So I'm going to get some on there. And then I'm just going to grab a random part. I'm going to dip my brush in the water. And we're just going to start cleaning them. They are super, super hot, so make sure you're just grabbing it with the glove that has the liner inside, the cotton liner. So I'm going to run through all these and I'm going to clean them all up really, really good. And then we'll start getting some Brasso on them. I've got all these razor heads cleaned up really, really well. There's really no change in appearance here. They still look very blemished, very dull. They are definitely cleaner. You could tell they're cleaner. But they're still, they still need some serious help, especially this guy right here. This guy definitely, you could see it cleaned up quite a bit. It doesn't look so black anymore. But yeah, he still needs a lot of help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my gloves on here because I am going to start trying to clean it up and polish it up as best I can with this Brasso here. And this Brasso settles pretty good, just like the Flitz does. So you're going to want to take this guy, you're going to want to shake him up really well. And this stuff stinks really bad. I don't care for the smell. Yeah, so if you can do it in a well-ventilated area, I would recommend to do so. If you don't care, you don't have to. It doesn't have any toxic fumes or anything like that, I don't think. But it doesn't, the directions don't say to, let me make sure I'm not lying here. So, eye and skin irritant. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about using it in a well-ventilated area. But if you don't like the stink, you can. Me, I don't like it, but it doesn't really bother me. I really don't care, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't care for it, but if I'm breathing it in, I mean, I don't matter to me. So I'm going to get some of that in on my brush like this. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this guy. I'm just going to take it, and with the toothbrush, I'm just going to start working this blemish, and I'm going to do this to every single one of these. Okay guys, here's the razor here. Came out really, really clean. And to my surprise, this is a silver colored auto strop. In my experience, these are usually a brass colored. If you guys know, can you let me know what I'm dealing with here? Is this a nickel plated auto strop? If it is, I probably wouldn't have cleaned it with the Brasso, but I did, and it didn't seem like it did any damage really bad. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and polish it up with the Flitz. But if it is a nickel plated razor, let me know. I'd be pretty interested in finding out. I didn't know what I was dealing with because, to be honest with you, it looked black when I first started. It didn't look this color at all. I couldn't tell if it was brass underneath. I just guessed it was because every single one, every other one I've ever cleaned, yeah, it was just brass underneath. It wasn't silver like this. So yeah, if you guys know, let me know what I'm dealing with here. So what I'm gonna do is I've got my toothbrush rinsed out really good, and I'm gonna dry it off, and then I am gonna do this same process on the razors with my toothbrush, except I am gonna go with the Flitz here. Well, I'm back here in the shave den, and I just wanted to say that I absolutely lied when I said that you wouldn't break a sweat doing this. That was a lot of work. That was a little over 2 hours of cleaning, polishing, and buffing. And yeah, it was a lot of work. And I wanted to show you these guys. Look at how beautiful this turned out. This one is the one that this is the auto strop that I thought was painted black. And it actually came out really, really nice. And I was able to achieve these results with the Brasso, the Flitz, and 2 toothbrushes and some Dawn dish soap. That's what turned out from, let me flip this guy up right here. That's how this turned out. With those simple household items, I was able to get really, really beautiful results. So let's grab the fat handle here. This one I really didn't need to do much to, but I wanted to show you guys that, you know, you could just polish it up with a toothbrush and some Flitz. I didn't use the Brasso on this one because it is nickel plated. So I didn't want to put no Brasso on this because you will take that nickel plate off of it. But yeah, this was beautiful. This one actually has blade tabs. I don't know if you could see my cut or not right here, but the last head I had on here, one of the blade tabs here were almost non-existent. They were so worn down, and that's why the blade was floating on top of them and it cut me. But I've switched out the head, and beautiful head. So let's look at these other brass ones. These are the Jim Juniors here. I got this one here. Look at how beautiful that is. These were so blemished really, really bad. And yeah, they came out beautiful. And I can always take them out to the shop and put them on the polisher and polish them up even more. But I just wanted to show you guys that you guys can accomplish these results at home with a couple of toothbrushes and some dish soap and these compounds here that you can get at Ace. So yeah, very, very beautiful. So here's the other one here. It's got this little metal handle here on this one. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful results with just minimal amount of household tools that you can find just laying around your house. Don't use your wife's toothbrush. If you do, don't tell her. No, don't use it. But again, you guys, let me know what's going on with this one, because all of the other auto strops that I have, they're brass colored. This is the only silver one actually that I've ever seen. And so let me know, is this plated, silver plated, or I was worried about when I was cleaning it up, I seen that it was silver and I was like, oh no, I hope I'm not eating through that finish with the Brasso, but I didn't. It actually came out very, very nice. The handle came out good. The handle was basically black. I can't complain about that handle. I wish it was as shiny as the head. It's not, but man, I can't complain. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not bent, broken, or cracked, and it still is able to be securely mounted, can't complain about that, man. So, yep. Got these results with the Brasso and the Flitz right here. You can pick these guys up at Ace Hardware for under 20 bucks. And then I used a couple of toothbrushes, and that was about it. I got those results, and you guys seen at the beginning of the video how bad those were, how blemished they were. You seen this one here, looked like somebody had painted it black, you know, but it was just decades of residue that was on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these heads off, and I'm going to stick them in that bottle of Barbicide right there. And I'm probably going to leave them in there for about an hour and a half, if I don't forget. And yeah, then they'll be sanitized, and they'll be ready to shave. They'll be ready to go. And yeah, I hope you guys really like that. That was a lot of work. You guys are, if I would recommend doing one razor at a time, because that's a lot of work. I actually have another one in here. Oops, that's actually very, very blemished that I am going to do next. I don't think this one is, I don't even know. This is obviously, it is a Gillette. Yes, it is a Gillette, but it's got the Bakelite handle. I don't know where this Frankenstein came from or how it ended up in my collection. I think it came in a lot of stuff, you know. That might be plated, so I'd probably be very, very gentle with that. But this is probably, I think this is the only one left that needs to be cleaned up and polished up. But other than that, I'll use this same method. I don't want to take it to work and put it on the polisher, because I will, with those cotton wheels, I will eat right through that. I'll do it gently by hand. And with the Flitz. And anyway, hope you guys like that. I hope it gives you some confidence to do this at your house. You know, if you were thinking, you know, how can I get these brass or even the plated ones to look a little better? As long as you're gentle with the plated ones. I did it with this nylon toothbrush. And yeah, you're not going to, as long as you're not sitting there for an hour, you know, polishing it with the flitz, you're not going to eat through it. Just, you know, just polish it up pretty good, real good, you know, and then wash it off with some dish soap and you'll be fine. You can also get a rag. You can continue to polish it. Just don't heat it up and don't do it too much because you will go through that plating. It's very thin. Just do it enough to where it looks pretty and then just be happy with that. And anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it quits. I've been working at this for a couple hours and I'm tired. I'm going to relax for a little bit. And then I got to get ready for work tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys like this. Like I said, I hope it gives you confidence to polish them up and get them ready at home. You know, if you see them at the vintage flea markets, grab them, take them home, get some, you know, compounds, polish them up, make them look beautiful, sanitize them. Oh yeah, if you guys don't have Barbicide at home, soak them in rubbing alcohol, in isopropyl alcohol. Just soak them in there. I usually soak them overnight. I don't know why, but you can soak them in there for an hour, 15 minutes, whatever. As long as they're soaking in the alcohol, they will sanitize. You don't have to do it as long as I'm doing it, but because they'll sanitize it, they'll be ready to go. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking this out. I'm really enjoying doing these how-to videos or these DIY videos, how-to videos, I think. They would probably be better described. But anyway, yeah, I'm really enjoying them. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And if you're already subscribed, hey, brother, I hope you had fun with me on this video. Thank you for being here. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. See you on the next one. God bless.